Hey everyone, I am making a pretty short tutorial video on how to use Zoom and get set up so that we can have really seamless, awesome virtual rehearsals. I'm gonna pretty much walk you through what it would look like to join via a computer. And for those of you that are not able to join from a computer and need to use your phone, I will do a separate video to show you about that because you will have less capability if you join via your phone or tablet. So the recommendation really is to see if there's a possibility to join by computer. You're just going to have a better experience that way, and you don't need to download anything to your computer to do that. Essentially, when we send you the invite, you can just click on the link and it'll open up Zoom in the browser. So if you have a work computer or something like that, you should be able to bypass any locks that way. We are recommending that everyone does create a Zoom account. This way we'll be able to break everyone into smaller sectionals. It's called breakout rooms in Zoom. And it's very easy to do that. You can just go to zoom.us. Don't worry about this last part, just zoom.us, and it'll bring you to this homepage here. You can put your email in here and get started with free meetings. You can join that way, or you can go to plans and pricing and sign up for free. So once you do that, you'll want to send us what email you've signed up with, and that way we can know how to, pretty much pre-populate the breakout sectional rooms. But there'll probably be more information from Kathleen on how to do that. But I wanted to show you how to go ahead and set up that account. It's free. And again, you don't have to download anything to have the account. So you can do that right here on the site. So I've already created a Zoom meeting that I am in. Here I am on my computer. So this is me as the host, and this is me in the meeting. One thing to note here is you can mute yourself here. You can also mute yourself here. We're most likely going to have our meetings where you're automatically going to be muted when you come in, and we're going to ask that you put on your video. Unless for some reason your Wi-Fi is really poor, then that might be a reason to turn your video off so that you can hear us the best. But if you need to unmute yourself, you would do that through these two avenues. Also, if you want to rename yourself, maybe you have a weird username, we do want your full name and your section right here. So you could go up to this these three dots, and press rename. And then I could add, I'm a Barry, and I could rename myself, and people would know that that's what section I'm in. And that's helpful for me as the administrator, because if we do need to put you into a sectional manually, I can easily know what section you're in. What I would recommend is before you join any of our future rehearsals is to just go ahead and get a Zoom account, but then log into like your own meeting, and you can test out, or maybe even log into our meeting, come in early, and you can test out your audio. So there's a way to test your speaker and microphone and make sure everything's working here. So anything audio related is this little arrow, and anything video related is this little arrow. So any settings you might need to change if you're having issues connecting to your camera, maybe you have two different cameras, you would figure all of that out here. If you want to stop your video, you could do that here or start it. Some of these things here you see, you won't have to worry about because I have an account and I'm also a co-host for this meeting. So you're probably not going to see manage participants. You're not going to see polling, but you will see share screen. So if for some reason you needed to share your screen, you would do that here. If you're going to be someone that maybe is going to be subbing in for a section leader and you need to share your screen and play some music, when you do that, when you press share screen, you want to press share computer sound. That way we'll hear the same quality of sound that you hear, and we won't have any tech issues with that. Okay, wait, how do I cancel all that? Cancel. And the other thing to note is chat right here. So when you press on chat, it will open up the chat window so you can see everyone's chats. If you want to close that, you can close it either that way, or you can also close it by pressing on the chat button again. So when you're in chat, you can either chat with everyone, so everyone will see that message, or you can chat privately with someone in the group or with the host. So you would just select their name and then you can privately chat in there. But do keep in mind that it won't go back to chatting everyone. You have to manually select that. So just in case you're wondering why no one's seeing your message, it's probably because you're still privately chatting with someone. So that's the chat. And you most likely will not need to record anything unless you're a co-host, or if I allow you permission to record, then you would record here. For reactions, it's if you want to give us a thumbs up on something, or you want to say, hey, celebration, this is just like a little emoji, and we'll see it on your screen like that. We might put out some polls, and if so, once that poll comes out, you're going to see it right front and center, and it's going to be pretty hard to miss, so you can go ahead and just fill out the poll, and we're going to see it on the chat box. One other thing is I am in gallery view right now, which is what kind of view you're going to want to probably be in, so you could see all of our lovely faces. But you could be in speaker view, which means you're only seeing the person who's speaking. So most likely that'll be Kathleen. And if you need that so that you're not as distracted by seeing everyone else, you can just focus on what she's doing. She's going to be nice and big here on your screen. But if you prefer the gallery view, you'd press up there, and that way you can see everyone side by side. One thing I wanted to mention, that when someone does share their screen, it'll most likely make your screen to go like full screen. I'll show you an example of what it will look like. So I'm just going to share something on my phone. Let's see what happens. You probably will see it in a little minute here. Okay, see how my window went full screen? That it'll probably do that to you. It just gave me a prompt that I can press escape to get out of full screen, but I can also go up here to view options, and I can go back to exit full screen. That way I can see the rest of my desktop. So that's it. And also something else to know when you're sharing your screen, say there's something that you can't see very well, or you want to see other people, you can slide this little divider here, and you can make other people small or big. So if you want to do more of like a split screen thing, you could do that right there. So this you'll see it from those two little lines. You just put your cursor over there, and you can move it. Let's see if there's anything else that I'm forgetting. I don't want to, have anything that's too overwhelming. I just kind of wanted to cover the basics. A lot of this menu you can also access here. Now, I'm on an Apple computer. Most likely, none of this will be very different if you're on a PC. It should look very, very similar, and you should be able to access everything in a very similar way. So there shouldn't be a need to use or give you another video showing how PCs work. I would say though, if you aren't familiar with Zoom, go to zoom.us. They have a really good FAQ and support system, and you can get a whole bunch of questions answered. If you're not someone that's normally very tech savvy, I would see if you can schedule to have someone, maybe, your son or your millennial friend who's quarantined with you to come and sit with you during our next rehearsal to make sure that you get all set up. Because once you're set up the first time, you should be able to have no problems after that. So I just wanted to make that quick video. I hope this is very helpful. And if you have any other specific questions, feel free to reach out to me, email me directly, and we'll go from there. And I will also make another little video to show you what it looks like on a phone or tablet, because again, you're not going to have as much capability. It's a little harder to see the chat. There is a way for you to join our calls just by calling in. So worst case scenario, you can always call in on your phone. You won't be able to see much, but you can hear us. But I'll send that video so that you have both options. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next rehearsal. Okay, bye for now.